history, of course, we've seen part of the history of Dhruva Maharaj. If you read fourth canto, you find so much more later activities of Dhruva Maharaj and more details about the activities the portion we've seen. But when we see it played, then it becomes vivid. It becomes vivid. Dhruva Maharaj, from the history we find that he was a Kshatriya, so he had strong spirit and strong desire. The ordinary boys want to play, they want to fool around. But Dhruva Maharaj was so serious and so offended that he wanted, became fixed. I have to have a kingdom, have to have a kingdom, have to have a kingdom. Narada, so he got good instruction actually from his stepmother. Although it was an insult, it was actually the right idea that if you want to fulfill your desire, then you'll have to go to Narayan. And his mother, birth mother, gave him the right advice that yes, your stepmother has spoken correctly. What can I do? Your father doesn't even like me. I'm the second-class wife. What can I do? But Lord Narayan, if he desires, can fulfill every desire that you have. Where do you find Narayan? Oh, the sages, if they go to the forest, then I'm going. Determined. And by the Lord Narayan saw this boy is very serious, so he sent Narada Muni, you instruct him. So Narada tested him, you're just a little boy. This is not to undergo the troubles of tapasya in the forest. This is not for children. This is for great yogis. So that better that you go home, and when you're grown up, then you can do this. But Dhruva Maharaj was not to be dissuaded. Prabhupada paraphrased, he told Narada Muni, please, sir, you tell me how to get the kingdom, otherwise you go home. So Narada saw the boy is so serious. So he gave him instructions, as we saw. You go to Vrindavan, you chant this mantra, you do tapasya. And Dhruva Maharaj did it. And the Lord appeared before him. Then, as we saw, the Dhruva wanted to offer prayers to the Lord, but his voice was choked up. He couldn't say anything. Then Lord Narayan touched him on the head with his kanchal. Then Dhruva Maharaj offered nice prayers. And then he told Dhruva that, yes, you've come for some blessing. What would you like? No, I don't want anything. Swaman Kadartosmi Param Vihache. My all desires are fulfilled just by seeing you. I have nothing to ask. Then Lord Narayan told him, no, you've come for a kingdom. not only a kingdom, but a kingdom better than your fathers, your grandfathers, great-grandfathers. No, that means your desire is impossible. But I'll do it. And he gave him the Dhruvalok pole star. Transcendental planet, even in this material world. Actually, before that, he said that I'll give you the kingship of the world. And for what, 10,000 years? Like that, 10,000 years or so. You can be in charge of the world with full strength, full power, full vigor, everything. And then you'll get this pole star. So then Dhruva Maharaj went back home. But he was kicking himself. I'm such a fool. And for anything, I could have sought out his presence so that I could become his pure devotee, and instead I wanted a kingdom. What a fool I was. And not only that, now he's given it to me, so I have to be the king for all those years. So I was stupid. Of course, it was the Lord's desire Krishna gave him. Finally, he goes back home, back to God. And from this history, we see in the Bhagavatam it said, "Akama sarvakama va moksha kama udadati tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param." One may be, we may think that I can't engage in service to Krishna, I can't engage in bhakti, I can't take up this process because I'm full of material desires. I want a degree, I want a good job, I want family, I want prosperity, I want a nice house, I want children, I want this, I want that. But where's the question of bhakti yoga? I have too many desires. But what are our desires compared to Dhruva Maharaj's desires? None of us is desiring a kingdom greater than Lord Brahma's. Some desire, but not like Dhruva Maharaj. But Bhagavatam says, all right, even if you're sarvakam, if you're full of desires, engage in the service of Krishna. Akama, or if you have no desires. Those who are more advanced, they have no desires to be fulfilled. But Bhagavatam says, all right, even if you have no desires, engage in the service of Krishna. Someone may say, no, it's not that I have all desires or no desires. I just desire liberation and freedom from material existence, that's all. Then Bhagavatam says, yes, then engage in the service of Krishna. Whether you're full of desires, free from desires, desiring liberation. Udarati, Bhagavatam says, if you're intelligent, udarati, if you're broad-minded, if you have expansive understanding, then this is the thing. If I just strive for material advancement, maybe I'll get material advancement, but I'll not be satisfied. And finally, the material achievements will all be finished by the course of time. And if I desire liberation, the impersonal liberation also will not satisfy me. And anyway, Krishna is Mukunda. He can give liberation also. No one else can give liberation. Demigods may give, depending which demigod we go after Saraswati, we'll get good education. We go after this demigod, that demigod. But Mayaiva Vihitan Hitan, whatever the demigods are giving, actually it's Krishna in the background. Or whatever I'm getting by my university education, my experience in industry, actually it's given by Krishna, because there's so many who have good education and they can't get a job. So many, they spend big money on their education and then they can't even get employed. Or they get a good education and die young. Or they get a good education and they get the job, and then they're still not happy. But if we engage in the service of Krishna, then whether we're sarvakama, akama, mokshakama, every desire can be fulfilled. And finally, we get Krishna. By any other method, we may get the thing, but whatever thing we get, we'll lose. And we'll have to go through so much trouble to get it, and then we'll lose it or we'll not be satisfied. But by devotional service to Krishna, every desire can be fulfilled, and we get the perfection. Therefore, Tivrena, Bhagavatam says that we should engage in the service of Krishna. Tivrena. Tivrena means with great force. Not, yeah, I think I'll do a little devotional service to Krishna. Yeah, why not? Saturday afternoon, nothing else to do. I'll do a little devotional service. No, Tivrena, just like Dhruva Maharaj. Serious. Or even in our studies, we may be very serious. We know everyone's invested in me, so much expectation, I have to be very serious. If I'm serious about my education, how serious should I be about going back to Godhead? So Tivrena. Tivrena bhakti yogena. Very seriously. But yes, very seriously. Then brahmasokyam tvanantam. By any other means or with any other objective, we'll get some happiness. But that happiness we'll get anyway. This is the law of karma, that a certain amount of distress is coming. No one stands in the queue for distress. No one's trying for misery. And misery comes anyway, automatically. That's nature's law. So if misery will come automatically, happiness will come automatically. Full happiness? No. Some happiness. We're not getting full misery either. According to our past activities, some quota of misery, some quota of happiness. So that will come automatically. We don't have to waste our time trying for what's going to come anyway. No, we have to do something according to our duty. But the real thing is to get that goal, which can't be achieved even if we wander all over the three worlds. Brahmasokyam, the unlimited happiness of service to Krishna. So, all of these understandings are available from Srimad Bhagavatam. Pibata Bhagavatam Rasamali. The sages advise, read Srimad Bhagavatam? No. Drink Srimad Bhagavatam. Pibata Bhagavatam. No. Why should I drink it? Rasamalayam. Oh, it's just like nectar. Rasamalayam. How many times should I read it? Muhuraho rasika bhuvibhavaka. Again and again. We, just like we may have heard before about Dhruva Maharaj, the history is well known. But when we see the drama, then again there's new thought, new understanding. And if we again see it a year from now, we'll get further understanding. It's so nice that by such dramas, the players get greater enlightenment, the audience gets greater enlightenment, the producers get greater enlightenment, everyone. Whether it's done as drama or we're simply hearing, there's unlimited understanding to be had. And therefore our Krishna consciousness movement rests on hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. People are reading rubbish. Now they don't even have patience for reading full books of rubbish. They can read only this much, whatever's in their Facebook feed. But whether it's Facebook feed or great literature or whatever it is, there's nothing like Bhagavad. Nowhere in the three worlds is there anything with the depth of understanding, the depth of spiritual value to be had in Srimad Bhagavatam. And yet, and why Bhagavatam? Because lokasya janata. People just don't know that anartha upasamam sakshat bhakti yogam vidhokshajay. By bhakti yoga to adhokshajat Krishna, one can get free from all the painful things in the heart, all the unwanted things that lodge in the heart. But people don't know it. And therefore, Vyasadeva compiled this Srimad Bhagavatam. So, whatever our position, whatever our desires, whatever our destiny, whatever our background, let us go on hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, chanting Hare Krishna, engaging in this bhakti yoga process. And that will make our life all successful. Without bhakti yoga, without Krishna, success or failure, it will all be failure. And with bhakti yoga, success or failure, it'll all be success. Even our Jatayu, he tried to stop Ravan from abducting Sita Devi, but he failed. He was defeated by Ravan. Ravan cut off his wings. But Lord Ramchandra was so grateful, this bird has given his life for me. So he personally performed the funeral ceremony of Jatayu with such gratitude. That means that Jatayu's life was the greatest success. So apparently failure, but because it was bhakti yoga for Krishna, Ramchandra, it was success. And the materialists without Krishna, it's all failure. So, you're all young, so your whole lifetime is there ahead of you. Of course, we don't know how long we'll live. Nothing is certain, but generally expected that young men will have young men, young women have their whole life ahead of them. So it's your good fortune, fortunate background, fortunate opportunities for spiritual perfection. Material opportunities are there also that you'll get automatically, for sure. But just to be satisfied with that is a waste. And I'm going to get it anyway. And what is it? But use this life for the service of Krishna. Prabhupada used to say, we've already spent so many lifetimes for sense gratification. So just this one life, used for Krishna's service. And that will be good for us and for those who hear from us, good for everyone. All right. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Should we take a question or two, Helen? Okay. Any questions? Guru Maharaj. And there are no questions. There's a microphone. Oh, there's a question. Oh, I think you may be switched off.
It's quite close to your table.
Hare Krishna. It's an honor to hear from you. I am just curious of your journey to Krishna conscious, or your journey of meeting Prabhupada and Sri Prabhupada, and how did you come into this?
Well, I was just a dog and I wandered into the storefront. Really, I was a young fool and I was wasting my life. Even materially speaking, wasting my life. But somehow, actually beginning was I heard Prabhupada's record album. There was that original recording, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Somehow, I don't know, but I found that record and I purchased it. And I used to listen. And I took up chanting Hare Krishna, even before meeting the devotees. The mantra is something spiritual. And on the back of the record, it was written that they have some place at 26 Second Avenue. So one day I wandered to 26 Second Avenue. And the place was empty, practically. Just one young girl was there stuffing some envelopes. So I said, looking around. There were some books. Can I read the books? Yes, read the books. So I was sitting, reading the books. Easy Journey to Other Planets. That was there. Prabhupada had brought some copies from India. So I was reading. And then while I was reading, I'm sort of looking around, and what are these pictures? What's what? And reading. And some devotees started up kirtan. Devotees started up kirtan. And more people started coming, and kirtan was going on. Maybe half hour or so. Hare Krishna kirtan. And then some devotees, while this is going, then maybe there was someplace there must have been a talk. And more kirtan. And then the devotees started bringing in these pots. And they put the pots on the floor in front of the Jagannatha Murti. Pot, another pot, another pot. And then at the end of the kirtan, they announced that there would be a feast served. And the feast was like, back in those days, they knew how to do it. They had about 20 preparations. Yeah. So many opulent items. So I thought the kirtan was pretty good. I thought the talk was pretty good. I definitely thought the prasadam was pretty good. So they say, come back. So I came back the next day, the next day, the next day. By the seventh day, there was another feast. So I just kept going. No, actually, from the beginning, attractive. What is this? So I just stuck with it. So, and 50 years later, no, 55. So you're more fortunate. You know, they had to clean me up and try to make me into some kind of candidate. But you're all coming from a fortunate background, pious background. You don't have to, so many things that don't have to be told, you know it already. So you're, what do they say? You're ahead of the game. So many of these American boys and girls are, as they say, clueless. They have no idea what's up and what's down. But you have a very fortunate background. So if you take that asset and use it, then your life will be glorious. And if you throw it away, then you're fools. So take it very seriously. Even Dhruva Maharaj, he achieved material success, and then he thought, I'm a fool. Now I've got this success, I have to live with it. So, material success is practically guaranteed for you. You're all well educated. You have hardly any difficulty for material. And actually, anyone in America is guaranteed success by world standards. Just to be allowed to live in, people are being denied visas right, left, and center. No, you can't come. And everybody wants to come to America. Even if I'm just doing ordinary work in America, my standard of sense gratification will be better than most people in the world. And then what to speak of those who are well educated and so on. So material success is not the problem. That you get. Those who want money, you'll get money. You want a good husband, good wife, you'll get a good husband, good wife. There's plenty of them coming off the assembly line every day. It's not a problem. So then, what should I do? Then do this, and every success will be there. Okay. There's a question in the back, I think. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you so much for the lecture. Just a quick question. What is the primary step that you recommend that the youth especially should learn or take to solidify faith in God, Krishna, when especially misfortune?
A little slower because our acoustics are not great here. What's the primary?
What is the primary step you recommend that the youth should learn or take to solidify faith in God, Krishna, when misfortune falls upon them?
Quick question. Quick answer. Chant Hare Krishna. That I saw from the beginning when I took this up, that whatever the difficulty, you chant Hare Krishna, everything will be all right. Because, as Prabhupada used to say, the chanting brings us to the transcendental platform. So on the transcendental platform, there's no difficulty. One goes beyond the stage of all dualities, all troubles, all everything. Actually, youth, whether you're young, you're old, you're in the middle, chant Hare Krishna. Everything will be there. Just chant Hare Krishna. Doesn't matter. It will act. By chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, every success will be achieved. There's no difficulty. So that step, at every step, Pradipadam Purnamrita Shadam Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That by chanting Hare Krishna, we'll get Purnamrita, the full nectar that we want in life. Pradipadam at every step. So this is the step. Chant Hare Krishna. Actually, there's so many items. What's 64 items of devotional service listed in the Nectar of Devotion? Out of those, 5 are the most powerful. What is that? Sadhu Sangha. Associate with devotees. And Krishna Seva. Serve the deity of Krishna, or render service, Krishna Seva. Someone comes, we ask, could you do this? Could you do that? Render service. Even people who don't chant, we say, could you do this? Could you do this? Do some service. The service to Krishna is so powerful. Sadhu Sangha, Krishna Seva, and here Srimad Bhagavatam. And Nam, chant Hare Krishna. And live in a spiritual atmosphere. Live in Vrindavan, if you can live in Vrindavan. But Vrindavan is not only located in Uttar Pradesh. Vrindavan is created by our consciousness. So live in Vrindavan consciousness. Come to the temple, spiritual atmosphere. Make your home like that, same spiritual atmosphere. These 5 things will act very powerfully. Someone's more inclined to read, someone's more inclined to chant. So, some of these or all of these, be engaged always in Krishna consciousness, one way or another. How one person engages in Krishna consciousness will be different from how the next person engages. But one way or another. Yena kena prakarena mana Krishna niveshaya. Rupa Goswami says. This way, that way, or the other way, somehow or other, be Krishna conscious. Mana Krishna niveshaya. Somehow or other, fix the mind in Krishna consciousness. Okay? And then the next thing is share it. Then we become more Krishna conscious and we benefit others. Srila Prabhupada used to quote, Bharata Bhumite Manusha Janma, what is that? Bharata Bhumite, or the Char? Janma Sharta Kori Kara Paro Prakara. Bharata Bhumite. For those who are born in India, maybe a lot of you, maybe most of you are not born in India. Maybe a few India. Anyway, close enough. Another meaning of Bharat is the whole world. Now it's, at the time of the Pandavas, Bharat meant the whole world. It was all one big kingdom. Now it's reduced to a little corner. And so anyone who's taken his birth as a human being, whether in Bharat or anywhere, should make his life successful by Krishna consciousness. And Paropakar should spread it for the benefit of others. Yes. Anything else? Yes.
So from Dhruva's...
A little further from your mouth, I think. Weird acoustics.
So from Dhruva's story, in which he prayed to Lord Narayana directly, in which so how should we understand where Guru comes in picture? So from our perspective, we should only approach Krishna from a Guru standpoint.
No. Dhruva was sincere, so he heard that if you go to the forest, that's where the sages go. So he went looking, where is Narayan? Where is Narayan? So then Narayan is there in his heart. He saw this boy is very sincere. And then he sent Narad. And then Narad Muni gave him further instruction. But it's not that Dhruva just stayed home, that I don't have a guru, so I'll stay home. Maybe a guru will come. And no. He was sincere, he was looking, he was doing something. Then the guru came, that Krishna sent. Then by following his guru, he got perfection. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Matapi. By the grace of Krishna and by the grace of the Guru, one gets all the seed of bhakti. So, not that I don't have a guru, so I'll wait till I get a guru, then I'll start. Start, and Krishna will help. I heard a lecture one time by one entrepreneur. He told the story of how he came up with some software, tinkering a bit and doing something. He had some idea. He showed it around, he did a little something. One thing followed another thing, and it became a big, successful business. So at the end of the program, there was an interview. The host asked him, so what is your advice for young entrepreneurs? So he gave his advice, do something. Do something. If you do nothing, you'll continue to do nothing. But if you do something, something will happen. So same thing, Krishna consciousness, do something. Chant Hare Krishna or come to the temple, do some service, read something, do something. And because you're doing something, Krishna will say, he's doing something. He's serious. Then Krishna will help. Then, by the grace of Krishna, one will find in the association of devotees, some Guru will be there. And further progress, further progress. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for your class. My question was, you talked about reading Srimad Bhagavatam and serving Srimad Bhagavatam daily, again and again. What should be our mood so that we can do this service consistently? Because we often fail with consistency. So how do we develop consistency?
Oh my goodness, do I have to tell a room full of, highly accomplished people how to do something consistently? This is what you do. You're consistently studying, you're consistently working, you know how to do that. I don't need to tell you how to do something consistently, just do it. Every facility is there. If you want to come to the temple and hear Srimad Bhagavatam, we have class here every day. If you want to go on the internet and hear a class, your only problem is going to be to figure out which of the 7,000 lectures you want to hear. There's no difficulty. If you want, there are recorded lectures, live lectures, online also. No difficulty. So make a program, that's all.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for your class and association. I have one question. Having so much personal association with Srila Prabhupada, I wanted to know what was, I'm pretty sure there are like innumerable things to learn. You learned from him and maybe liked about him, but whatever comes, the topmost thing on your mind, maybe you can.
Chant Hare Krishna. So that was the thing he said again and again, chant Hare Krishna. Then there's so much more. But this is the key to what we're doing. We're chanting Hare Krishna. This mantra will bring perfection. And what could be easier, but at the same time, it's so sublime because Krishna Nam and Krishna the person are identical. So, simple thing, chanting Krishna. And we go on chanting Hare Krishna. And when you're tired of chanting Hare Krishna, take some prasadam. Okay? Probably taking prasadam is the next program. Right. So we'll adjourn and maybe some Krishna prasadam will appear. Thank you.
Just have some dancing kirtan before.
Say again?
You have dancing kirtan before.
You'll have
Dancing kirtan.
dancing kirtan. Very good. Yeah. We have books. Oh. Where? How? What's the story? Oh, okay. There's a big stack of books from me in the back. There are two books, the red book and the blue book. The red book is called Vanity Karma, and it's philosophy. Written in a, well, I won't say very much about it. It's a commentary on a biblical book from a Krishna conscious point of view. And it's meant to give the essence of Srila Prabhupada's teachings in simple language, even for those who may not know anything about Krishna or anything about the Bible also. So it's philosophy. And it's a commentary on quite a challenging, challenging is the word, profound philosophical book. And the blue book is a book about Prabhupada's standards for kirtan. There's a lot of enthusiasm surrounding kirtan these days. So that's wonderful. And the blue book gives instructions from Srila Prabhupada as to what is kirtan, what is, how to do kirtan, what should we be thinking about, many questions answered. So they're all available in the back. But even if you haven't read the blue book, you can still do kirtan. We can all do kirtan. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Maharaj, for your kind association. So,
Thank you.
Maharaj, like we mentioned at the beginning, Maharaj is a worldwide traveler. His time is very precious. Maharaj is very kind enough to give his association. And next, before we go on for the dancing kirtan, we have, as Maharaj mentioned, there are books by Maharaj on the corner there. And maybe someone can read there. Okay. Our Jagannath Sutta Prabhu and Tarun, both of them will be there by Maharaj's books. And we are also trying to celebrate Gita Jayanti by sharing more of Bhagavad Gita. So we have many sponsored copies of the Gita. So for those of you who want a Gita or who wish to gift a Gita to your friend, we have many sponsored copies. Please do collect from us, from Arshab. Arshab is here? Okay, or Sachin. Okay. Please collect a copy of Gita or Gitas and please share it with your friends. Or if you would like to help us distribute Gita,
and reach out this Gita to as many people as possible. Please do connect with us. And as Marge was speaking about Srimad Bhagavatam, Rasikha Bhuvi Bhavukaha, we can keep relishing the fruit of Srimad Bhagavatam, and we never get tired of it. So we are also ready to come to your home to install Srimad Bhagavatam, do Kirtan and have a program. So again, you can reach out to Sachin Prabhu if you would like to have a Bhagavatam set at your home. And then we have weekly programs. We have all these are youth programs. So we have one in Jersey City every Saturday, and one in Harrison, one here in Brooklyn, and one at Newport, again Jersey City. So please do connect with any of the programs which are close to you, or if you're already part of the program, please let your friends know that devotees are coming all the way to your doorstep. So please come and join us for the program, for the weekly programs. So every weekly program we have nice music, we have talk based on the Bhagavad Gita, and prasadam, of course, wonderful association. So please do come. You don't have to cook at home. Whatever time you give for hearing the Gita and participating in the Kirtan, we'll take care of your cooking. So these things happen on weekly basis. And we're also thinking of starting a monthly festival for girls, which will be called as Chetana. So that will be just like this is done by boys, and, everything done by boys. So similarly, we're trying to have a different program started for the girls where girls will do everything. So please stay tuned and we'll get back to you.
Prasanam will be good.
Okay. So thank you very much for sitting so patiently and giving all ears. It's very difficult in this modern age of mass distraction and nowadays for people to sit on the floor for so long. So I'd like to request all of you to get up, put away the cushions under the benches, and we'll have a dancing kirtan. The darshan is about to open now.
Wondering where my district was. Noticed it